just start the clock. Here we go.
I'm so glad you invited me to do this.
I'm so excited.
Fun.
All right, when you're ready.
What's up, Rosé girls? I'm Jessica Carroll, and we are going to have so much fun, of course, drinking rosé, because we are having rosé with Brittany Johnson. She's the CEO and founder of Fashion Pass. Now, think Fashion Pass is basically like Revolve meets the runway.
Yep.
Right? Did I explain
Exactly.
that? Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for
having
joining
me.
us.
Thank you.
You know what's funny is actually in the original of the 7 Rosé girls, we have a Brittany Johnson.
You're kidding.
Dead serious. There's
Oh my
a Brittany
gosh.
Johnson in the Rosé girls.
I saw that and I was like, what are the actual
Yeah.
odds? That
So
is
funny.
amazing.
So that name is very dear to our heart.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
When was the time you had rosé at like 11?
Probably last Sunday.
All right, so we are dying to know. I know that you have styled actually many Bachelor girls and many of our rosé girls. So kind of just tell us about, you know, how you got started and just the inspiration behind Fashion Pass.
Yeah, totally. So I think the real inspiration for me was that I think it really came from like when I was in college. So I was going to all of these different events. I was interning. I was like trying to find a job for when I graduated.
Yeah.
And I found myself just spending so much money on all of these clothes, whether it was like for a music festival or for a date or for my job interview. And over time, I think I sat on the idea for like 4 to 5 years because I was like, someone's gonna do it, someone's gonna build this endless closet that I need.
Right.
And then no one really did it. So I was like, okay, well, someone's going to, like, why not me?
Yeah.
So then,
Little entrepreneurial in you.
yeah, like I had always wanted to do it, but I just didn't really have like the guts to, and I think I wanted a little bit more like work experience.
Yeah.
So then once I felt like I got that work experience, I was like, if this person can run a company, like
I can
run a company.
That's so cool. I mean, and your story is so relatable because every single girl out there, ladies, you can attest, we all ask ourselves like, ugh, I have nothing to wear today.
Totally.
So to have this unlimited closet where you can, you know, people always say like wear a dress once and that's it. And you can actually make that happen. You've made that happen for
Completely.
girls like us.
Yeah. And I think it's just cool because there's so many different like aspects of your life where you want to be like whoever you want to be in that moment. So say like in the office you want to be like a girl boss, or say you're going on a date and like that dress like empowers you to feel like amazing on your date and like might lead to that first kiss. So to me it's just like it's not even about the clothes as much as it is like how the clothes get you to like where you want to be in life, whether it's like finding like that right guy or finding your job or just like any number of things.
Yeah, it's so true. When you look good, you feel good.
Yes.
And it shows. So it, you know, when you feel like you're dressed the part, you're gonna do better in that audition or that
100%.
interview. Or when you're feeling sexy, you're gonna like kill that date.
Exactly.
You know?
When you show up to a date and you feel like confidence, like you exude that.
Yeah.
And I think it's apparent to your date, like you feel it, and it goes like across the board. Like whether it's you're showing up to a job interview, whether it's you're showing up to like your cousin's wedding, like it's just about like these clothes giving you the power to feel amazing and like kind of have these chance opportunities.
Right. So speaking of first dates and interviews, what would be like some great advice on when you are trying to pick an outfit for, let's say, a first date?
So for me, I think that's such a tough one because it can go either way.
Yeah.
But I definitely like to err on the side of like conservative, just because for me personally, like I would never want to send the wrong message.
intention,
And I think that guys really do pick up on that. So even something like a simple dress that doesn't show too much but shows that you're like fun, like I think a casual dress is always like an amazing go-to.
Yeah.
Or even like cute skinny jeans paired with like a more fun top that also like it shows your personality.
Right.
But you're not like exposing yourself or like putting everything like on the table, because I think that for whatever reason like guys read too much skin as like
A sign.
who you are, even though that's like not who you are.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's nice to leave a little to the imagination.
Yes,
Let him
exactly.
let him build up that anticipation, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then what would we wear to like an interview?
for an interview, I think like a classic for me is just a conservative like black dress that's like not too short but not too long to where it still like shows off your figure, but it's not like going to be eye-catching in like a bad way. So I think just staying like really simple with like either a black dress or a black dress and like a blazer, because you can never go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, I think there are so many work environments that are super casual, but even to those, it's like, it's just nice to show like I care about being here and I like really value like this opportunity. To be here. So it's just better to almost overdress than underdress to me, like in every situation.
And especially like when you talk about the length of a dress, it brings me back to when I went to a private Catholic school, and I remember they're like, okay, stand, and your like fingers have to like, wherever your fingers touch, like make sure your dress is that long or your skirt is that long.
I think that is like the perfect marker.
Nothing
for it.
shorter.
No, I actually still do that. I didn't even go to private school, but somewhere along the lines, I think it was like no shorter than this, and I think it's like the perfect rule to live by. Like as long as you have a little bit more room, you're good.
Right. Now going back, I'm starting a company and doing it all on your own. I can only imagine, you know, all these challenges that you got to go through.
Yeah.
So when would you say, and honestly, that's not just starting a company, that's just life. Like everyone in life deals with rejection, heartbreak, and even failure.
Completely.
So what would you say is one time that you kind of felt like you just hit rock bottom, that you had to like really bounce back?
Yeah. So for me, it's like, it's hard to say because I get asked this question and I think about it, and it wasn't even just like one moment for me. It was like a series of moments. So when we first started Fashion Pass, I think I wanted everything to be perfect, and I think I was scared to put a product out there that wasn't like exactly everything that I imagined, and maybe I would be like, we don't have enough clothes on the site, or we don't have this, and I was coming up with like all of these stupid like silly problems that really didn't exist.
Your mind can do some.
So yeah, it was just really hard because I was getting in my own way. And up until like 4 months ago, I think I was still doing that, and like I would just hesitate for, you name it, I would be like, but like, what if the site crashes? Or like, what if this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like let's let the site crash. Like I want to flood the site with people. Like I can't wait for the site to break. Or like,
it'll be a good day if the site crashes.
Exactly. And so I think that for me was just, I don't know when I really realized it, but one day I was just like, what am I doing? I keep coming up with these like problems, and like, this is my reason for not doing this, or this is why we shouldn't be marketing this way yet. And it was just like, no, do everything, like make mistakes early, like just try anything and everything, and then it's way better to like learn from that than it is to like sit and wait and like keep tweaking, and it's just so silly.
You know, one of my mantras this year is to think less and do more. Like just get out of your head and do it.
Yes.
Because if you do fail, learn from that failure, and you're gonna, you know, bounce back, and
100%.
You know, then the site won't ever crash again because you learned from that last time.
Or like it's crashing because we're getting
too many
thousands
people,
of like more users, and like that's champagne problems. Like,
that's a good day.
Love champagne problems, and it's horrible when you do have that mentality. So I think it's just like, it's nice when you can finally step away from that, or like step out of that mentality and think like, no, I'm just gonna do, and things are gonna happen. Like it's not gonna be perfect, and we'll move on and learn.
So what was that moment, or like what happened to you when you were like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. Like I'm just gonna launch the site and overcome all those things, those negative things that are going in my head? I
think because I had, so one thing that I'm kind of weird about is like anything I say, like I have to do that thing. So if it's just me telling you, or if I told like 10 people, I'm like, oh my gosh, that person knows that I said I was gonna do this thing. So thank God they
keep you accountable.
Exactly. It was like that accountability factor. So thank God I had told people that I was like gonna launch on this day, or we were gonna like be launching this feature on this day, or whatever, like that I knew that there was an expectation. And that was actually really what like kept driving me forward. And now I just like, now I'm like, probably Joel, my co-founder and my boyfriend, he, I think, is like a little bit like apprehensive to like my new approach, because I'm like, let's do this, let's do this, let's
just
do this,
go
like,
for it,
go fast now. And so it's good because like I've totally changed my outlook, but
that's awesome.
It's like not an easy thing to do.
And that's a great life lesson, is just to stay, like, find people who will keep you accountable. And for me, like, if I write it down and if I really like put it out there into the universe, like, I will make it happen. I'm kind of like you. I'm like, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find a way to do it.
I think it is just like about either like telling someone or putting it out in the universe, because like it sounds crazy, but anyone I hear say it, I'm totally with you. Like, when you put something out there in the universe, like, your behavior, your decisions, like, everything kind of shapes around that. And I think the people around you shape around that. Like, it's not like this magical thing, but it's just like setting your mind to something and going after it.
Yeah. Now, you briefly said that you are partners with your boyfriend.
Yes.
Let me rephrase that, everyone. She is partners with her boyfriend, not her husband.
Not my
her
husband.
boyfriend. So that is shocking. Like, you guys live together.
Yep.
And your company's out of your apartment or your house.
Out of our house, yep.
And so you have like no escaping. You're dating him.
Nope.
I'm sure he's your best friend. He's your co-partner. Like,
everything,
wow.
all in one.
And how is that going?
It's going really well, actually. So it's funny you say that, because I think when we first started the business, my parents were like, "Are you out of your mind?" Like, my dad was just like, "I don't know about this. Like, I just need to have this conversation with you to like bring you back to reality."
Right.
And I had launched the company on my own, but Joel had been helping here and there and stuff like that, and he.
Okay.
Like, it was just kind of this natural transition for us, where like he was helping so much that it kind of became like
his job
our
too.
baby.
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't just me, and he was like so involved at one point that we were like, okay, wait, we're doing this. This is happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like really interesting at first, especially because we had just moved in together, and so there's like navigating kind of living together as like one part, and then we were navigating running a company together. So there were definitely times where I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna kill me or if I'm gonna kill him.
Right.
Like, we don't know. But eventually, like, I think we just learned each other's personalities a little bit better. Just like you work with someone and you learn like how they work, like what they respond to, what feedback they like actually take in versus like feel like criticized for.
Would you advise other people to start, or not start, but like work with their boyfriends?
I
think it like depends
I
on.
think it depends on your relationship, because for us, like, we have like, our relationship is by no means like perfect, but we have like such an amazing foundation from our relationship, and like we are best friends. Like, I think of him, I guess, as my teammate, like, more when it comes to business. Like, it just feels like we're on a team, and we're like team captains, and we're just trying to like win every day. And like, some days you're gonna lose, some days you're gonna have like the crappiest game ever, but it just feels like we're on a team and we're each other's biggest supporters. So it's like, it's really interesting, and like, I wouldn't think it would be possible, but
wow. I mean, I give you props, because if I was working with my friend, I tend to like take my anger and frustration out on the people I love the most.
Totally.
Like my family, and like I'm single right now, but if I had a boyfriend, I'd probably take it out on him. So I give you props, but I'm dying to know, so how did you guys meet? And like, clearly you need to give some dating tips, because it's clearly working out.
Thank you, though. So we met in Vegas, actually. The company that I was working for at the time, they had sent me and like actually my best friend, because we happened to be working together.
Okay.
They had sent us to a conference, so we were like, oh, let's go up a weekend early and just like hang out and just have like a girls' weekend before this like awful conference. So she was like, oh, one of my best friends is actually gonna be up there. Like, do you want to hang out with them? So it's like, obviously we need people to hang out with.
Right.
Like, we're just us two. So we meet up with them, and then her brother-in-law is Joel. So like, my best friend's really good friend's brother-in-law is Joel. So anyways, we all met like one night out in Vegas, and like, from the minute I started talking to him, I was just like,
really?
It was just like,
what were like the
like
turn-ons? Like, what were you like, oh man, he's like a keeper?
So I think it's so weird, but I'm really into startups. Like, I love like entrepreneurship. I love people that are just driven, and like, maybe it doesn't even have to like apply solely to like business, but I just love people that are passionate or driven, like regardless of what they do.
Yeah.
And from the minute we started talking, like, I don't even know how his business got brought up, but I could just
I was
tell
going to say,
that-
you guys are in Vegas. You met for the first time. Why are you talking about
I
business?
have no idea because I'm so weird. You probably don't want dating tips from me because I'm like, oh, what do you do? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you don't want
No,
dating
but
tips
I
from me.
like it. Like, these are just like things that you don't hear. You don't hear of someone, A, working with their boyfriend that often. And plus, you don't hear a lot of people saying like, oh, I met my Prince Charming in Vegas.
Oh my God, no, that's like the last place I would
Yeah.
think, actually.
So you guys are talking about your work and you just knew that you wanted someone who was driven.
Yeah, that was like, I think at that point the most, and it still is, like one of the most important things to me is someone that I think is so driven themselves that they'll back me and that they'll help me like reach my potential.
Right.
So when I met him, I just like immediately got that feeling that he like was someone he like who knew what he wanted, and he was just like super driven. And then aside from that, like he was just so outgoing and personable, and I was like, you are too good to be true. Like I don't know if I should run
that.
or if I should like stay and keep talking to you and just like acknowledge that like this isn't probably gonna work out. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh, and you guys have been together for how long?
We've been together almost 2 years.
Oh, so it's like not
So
even, it's like still kind of
yeah,
new.
it's still fairly new.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm rooting for the two of you.
Thank you.
That's so
Thank
cool.
you so much. Yeah.
Were you on any dating apps before?
I was probably on like everything app.
Really?
Like, yeah.
What were your favorites?
Oh my gosh.
I've never
that's
been
so
on a dating
hard.
app, and I'm like considering it. I've only been on a dating
I-
show, but I'm thinking about doing a dating
Like,
app.
so I don't know how they actually work out, like in terms of long-term potential, but I think they're the most amazing tools to like use, because even going on dates with people who like aren't your perfect match is so helpful in learning like
What
I
to
went
do
on
and what
so
not
many
to
dates and I'd
do.
be like, okay, I definitely don't like you, but I do like this, and like
Right.
this is something that I feel like I would like about someone that I dated, or like this is something that I definitely like
Yeah.
don't want to have, but you just learn from like every experience, every date, whether
Yeah.
it's like 1 or 3.
I
So
love
I think
that.
I'm trying to think which one. I know they've changed so much, but probably like I was on Tinder. People like
Yeah.
talk really badly about Tinder, but like I don't know, it worked. I liked
Hey.
it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Tinder, yeah. But I like that you learn a lot about yourself from dates.
Oh my God,
You learn
yes.
what you want, what you don't want. You learn even like how to act. You get more comfortable the more dates you go on.
Completely. And like some dates, you're like, oh my gosh, I literally played 21 questions that
I
entire
interviewed him.
time. Like, why? And then the next date, you're like, okay, don't ask so many questions. Like, be cool, be
Right.
fun. So it's just like, and it's helpful because maybe that guy that you played 21 questions with, like, was not the guy, but the next guy is.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
That's so cool. Now, what is your favorite fashion trend right now?
Gosh, I have so many. I think my favorite, probably just because I'm lazy, is jumpsuits.
Yes.
Because
Put it on and
like,
done.
every time I walk out of the house in a jumpsuit, like random people will be like, oh my God, where'd you get that? Where'd you get
Yeah.
that? And like, I also love that because then I can be like, oh, it's from Fashion Pass.
Yes.
Just, like, funny you ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think jumpsuits are my favorite thing just because one, they're easy, they make you look super cool, and you don't have to be like,
Yeah.
there are some styles I think that people almost shy away from because you're like, maybe I'm not trendy enough to wear
Right.
that. But jumpsuits are just something that like everyone can wear. It doesn't matter like how cool or trendy you think
Yeah.
you are. Like they just make everyone look amazing.
And I feel like jumpsuits, they almost make you look trendy when you're
Yes.
not trying to be, whether you are. And also, they're very slimming.
They're so slimming.
Right?
Like I would put anyone in a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love them. And it's like easy. You're just slip it on and you're ready to go.
You don't have to
you can
match.
dress it
like
up,
you just like pair it
dress
with
it
like
up,
some fun
dress it
earrings,
down,
and you're
yeah.
like done.
Yeah. Does Fashion Pass also have accessories?
Yep. So actually,
Ooh.
like we have stuff like chokers, earrings, handbags, clutches. If you're going to like a wedding and you need like a cute clutch to pair with your
Awesome.
wedding guest dress and stuff like that.
So how does Fashion Pass compare to Runway?
That's a really good question. So part of the reason I started Fashion Pass is because I had been on companies, like I'd been using services like Rent the Runway.
Yeah.
And when I would go on, I would just be like, how is it possible that out of all these styles, I'm not finding stuff that I like?
Right.
And how is it possible that I'm not getting like the level of customer service that I would expect
Yeah.
from a massive company? Like someone that I look at that does amazingly well with customer service is Amazon.
Yep.
And I think it's not easy, but it's just like it's an achievable thing.
Right.
So I was pretty frustrated by like the lack of options and also the customer service. So, and then like I was kind of pulling my friends and they were also really frustrated by like the lack of options. So I would say the biggest difference between us and Rent the Runway is that we really go after a more like West Coast, like trendier, just like
younger,
kind of someone who likes a little bit of like trendier style. So like for Love and Lemons and Show Me Your Mumu, they're like two of our top brands.
Okay.
And those are things like you wouldn't find on Rent the Runway.
Cool. So that's why it's like Revolve meets Rent the Runway. So it's like young,
just
hip, trendy.
Yeah, someone who like wants like slits in their gowns and like someone who is going to like all of these Instagrammable things like Coachella. So we really go after like a huge festival market because from even my experience, like you spend like $400 on your outfits
and
for
you're
a
gonna
festival.
Wear it once.
Instagram and then you're done. So that was like a huge problem that I wanted to solve is like how can we cater to that festival girl?
Yeah.
And how can we have like all the cute crop tops and rompers and everything that you'd want to wear to a festival.
Cool, very neat. So have you always been into fashion?
I have. So I think it started because my mom was like a shopaholic, like not really. My dad will like tell you. And she worked at a hair salon, so like every weekend when she would be working at the hair salon, then I would go into Saks and I would literally like try on half the store and they probably like hated me because I would never buy anything. Like I had no money, but I would try on like the entire store and be like, juicy this, and then I would just like walk around the store in it for a little bit and then I'd, like put it back and my mom would be like, where'd you go? And I was like, oh, you know, I just went to Saks. Like, this is what I want for my birthday, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
So it started with that and then I started working for this little boutique who happened to like style like child actresses. So people like Ariel Winter and Chloe Moretz, like I was helping like style them at like 16 and it was just like such a fun thing for me. But so I always like liked fashion, but I was really interested in like startups and tech, so I kind of went that route, and this was just like the perfect marriage of the two.
Cool. Well, we're happy you started it because the clothes I'm actually wearing, this is from Fashion Pass.
Yes,
that's from Fashion Pass, and these earrings that I'm obsessed with.
I love those. Those are
Fashion Pass. But like, how fun is this stuff? Like,
so cute.
This is a statement outfit, so I'm gonna wear it once, and then I can return it and get a new one.
And you could like wear it to a conference, like throw a blazer on, and you're good. But it's something that you would definitely like be noticed in, so you wouldn't want to wear it probably more than a couple times.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so now I want to play like a fun little rapid question, even though it's not really that rapid. But what is your drink of choice, obviously, besides rosé?
Rosé is definitely my favorite. So like Frosé.
Frosé on a warm LA, even though
just a different spin on it.
Yeah, Frosé. Okay. Who is your woman crush Wednesday? Like, who is a woman you really look up to?
So someone that I like am obsessed with right now is Allie Webb, and I actually just saw her speak because I've been probably like stalking her weirdly. And I just think she's like the most inspirational person because she literally started Dry Bar because she like couldn't find a good blowout. So then she like learned how to do blowouts and then she was doing them for her friends. And I just think it's so cool when like anyone like has an idea and just like makes it happen.
Yeah, so she's a great person for you to look up to because she's like, I don't know how to blow out my hair, just like you're like, I don't know what to wear today. I'm just gonna start a company around it.
Yeah, so she's like a huge inspiration for me.
So cool. Are you a morning or night person?
I used to be morning, and now because like we end up working really, really late, so it's kind of shifted me into a night person. Like, but I love, if I had like my choice, I would be a morning person.
Yeah.
It's because we end up working so late, I've turned into a night person and I'm learning to like adjust to that.
Yeah. Do you have like a nighttime routine?
So I've been trying to be better about this lately. Like normally I would go to the gym every day, like sometimes, no, not twice a day. That's like really
2 a day.
I was gonna say, wait, that was for like a week, like 2 years ago. I try and go to the gym every day, but just because it gets crazy with work and stuff, I for a while was like kind of not that great about it.
Yeah.
So now I've learned to like work up until like 6 and then I'll kind of take like a 2-hour break, whether it's like eating, going to the gym, and then I'll hop back on and keep working for like another few hours. And then like some nights we'll watch The Bachelor, which I love.
Yay!
Like it's so great to just like take that break and have like a fun show to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like too exciting.
Nice routine. What is your favorite workout?
Oh my gosh. Oh, by far Soul Cycle.
So
It is like I am addicted, obsessed,
Yeah.
like a fan for life.
I love Soul Cycle because you feel like you're just dancing on the bike,
Yes.
but you also feel full. Like they're almost like motivational speakers.
100%.
You're like, yeah, I can do anything I want to put my mind to it.
I
you
so
know?
agree. And even like, so this is so silly, but we have this room at the gym that I go to that's like full of bikes. So I'll like map out when there's no classes, and then I'll just like blare the music in there and like have my own Soul Cycle class. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if anyone comes in right now, I'm gonna be
Tap back.
so embarrassed.
And
Yes.
crunch. Tap back.
That is literally it. Like when I can't
That's
go,
so
I'm like, well, I'll
funny.
just make my own.
Nice. Do you have one song that just always gets you pumped up, like wanting to work out or dance?
I feel like, honestly, this is so lame, but like any Taylor Swift song, like any Taylor Swift song, even the bad ones, they'll still get me pumped
Do you like
up
her
to,
new
like-
album?
I do. I love it.
Yeah.
And I know so many people like were haters at
Yeah.
first, but
You know,
such
I was a
fan.
hater at first, but it grew on me, and now it
Yeah.
gets me going for sure.
Like I cannot wait for her to go on tour.
Yeah. What is one piece of clothing every woman should have in their closet?
Oh, that's such a good question. For me, I would say like a statement blouse because I think like it's just so easy to dress up or dress down, and you could wear it like on a date. Like a statement blouse really serves you well
Yeah.
in like so many ways. So
Yeah.
if, like on a date, to work, just something that's like really transitional would be like my go-to because it's something that like shows your personality, but easy to like pair with a lot of things.
Yeah, I love that. And also with a blouse, like you can wear it to work during the day and button it up maybe a little bit higher.
Yes.
And then when it's like happy hour and you're going out with your girls or if you have a hot date, you can just like maybe unbutton
Exactly.
one of the buttons.
Exactly. 1, 2, whatever.
One or two,
Like,
whatever.
Maybe
Show
stay
off a little waist bra.
conservative, like we were saying.
What's your favorite word?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
I know.
That's
I
such a
think
tough
my
one.
favorite word,
What is yours? Yeah.
probably yes, but I'm learning
Oh, I
to
like
say
that.
no. I'm learning no, but my favorite word is definitely yes. I feel like I say yes to
That's
everything.
so. I feel like I don't necessarily have a favorite word, but I would say like my favorite phrase
Yeah.
is like it's gonna be great. Just like
It's gonna be
anything we
great.
do, like when I'm like I have no idea how this is gonna work out, or like this probably isn't work out. I'm like it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be great. We're doing it, and it's gonna be great.
What is one piece of advice that someone told you that you're like, I wish I learned this earlier?
Yeah. So I think a big one for me right now, like it changes
Yeah.
kind of weekly, but I think a really big one for me right now that I just heard is like balance is bullshit. And
Oh.
I think that's so powerful because I think like as women, as entrepreneurs, just like, I mean, really anyone, like I think you're trying to balance like all of these different parts of your life. And when you hear that from someone, like it's okay for all of them not to be in
work
check
out.
because some days I'm like, gosh, I need to like see my family more, or like I don't spend time with my friends, or like my relationship needs more attention. And I think it's just nice to hear that like when you have a goal, it's okay to like go after that like super boldly and
Yeah.
be focused on that, and like
Maybe-
let some things fall by the wayside
Right.
because it'll all even out.
I like that. Balance is bullshit. Cheers to
Yeah, like-
that.
Cheers.
Balance is bullshit. Well, thank you so much for joining.
you.
Where can everyone follow you?
So you guys can follow us on www.thefashionpass.com.
Yeah.
And then you can find me on Instagram. It's Brittany, BRITTANY Johnson, and the number's 13. So Brittany Johnson.
And
13.
definitely check out Fashion Pass because no matter what, it's just like we always want that rotating closet.
Completely.
It's like every girl's dream. And your stuff is so cute. So I highly
Thank
recommend to
you.
check out Fashion Pass.
Thank you.
And do you have any other tips or anything you want to share about Fashion Pass?
I would just say like, I mean, our mission is really just to like I was saying, like empower women to like feel amazing.
Yeah.
And the way you feel amazing is because when you look amazing, like it really brings that out. So
Yeah.
I would just say that like you should definitely check it out because we have a lot of options that will give you kind of that like just new clothes feeling
Right.
to like help you in so many aspects of your life.
Yeah. Like today, I was like prepared for this interview because she brought this adorable outfit. I feel like a power woman in my royal blue.
I love it. Thank you.
Well, cheers. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining.
much.
Thank all of you guys for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. Cheers. We'll be here next week. All we ask is for you to bring your glass of rosé or a bottle no judgment.
Or a bottle.
Or a
Always
bottle.
a bottle.
But cheers and have a great week. Thanks, guys.
Okay, really quick, where was I supposed to be looking? Did I
me.
screw that? Okay, good.
No, yeah, you're good.
I was like, did I screw that up?
No. He would have been yelling at you.
Oh my God. Sorry, I get
You
so.
did great. Again, the whole boyfriend thing, that's going to be a good story to tell.
Yeah.
Just keep following that one along.
I know. It's so crazy.
Thank you.
This is a good time, though. So we're going to go into that camera
Okay.
like we did yesterday. You're just going to look at her while she's introing the segment about what you talked about.
So we talked about Fashion Pass, the number one, or like the number one, we talked about jumpsuits. So I want to say like,
Number one thing you want in your closet.
yeah, the number one thing you
Yeah.
want in your closet.
Fashion Pass, talk about working with your boyfriend. Talk about entrepreneurialism. And at the end, you can say, and also coined a new phrase today, balance is bullshit.
Balance is bullshit. Yeah.
I hope that wasn't bad.
No, it was good.
That is good. I like that. Go ahead when you are ready.
Welcome, Rosé Girls. I'm Jessica Carroll, and today we just had the best interview with CEO and founder of Fashion Pass. We talked about the number
Stand
one.
by. Co-founder or founder?
Well, we say founder.
Oh.
It's technically co-founder, but you can say founder. Like
Okay.
Joel
Normally
prefers.
I wouldn't care, but since it's the boyfriend.
We don't want
Thank
him.
you for looking at
We
it,
don't want
because
him coming
Joel
after us.
prefers founder because we think it's like a more powerful
Yes,
like
so
angle.
Founder. Okay. All right.
Smart. Go for it.
What's up, Rosé Girls? I'm Jessica Carroll, and today we had the best interview with Brittany Johnson, the CEO and founder of Fashion Pass. We talked about the number one thing every girl in her closet. We talked about working with your boyfriend and lots of dating tips. And the quote of the entire interview is, balance is bullshit. So cheers. Thanks. Was that good or one more?
Something like tune in or,
Okay,
like
tune
an
in.
episode or something
All right.
like that.
I'm not in this, right?
No, no.
Okay, good. I was like, you are.
Oh, you are?
I am?
But you're just looking at her.
Oh.
We just cut to you when she says your name.
Okay.
So yeah, go one more time. Did we talk about dating tips? I thought she said she thinks of dating tips.
We talked about, yeah, a little few dating tips.
I guess a little bit.
Like what to wear on dates.
What to wear and
Let's talk about it a little bit. Give her a little bit more props about the fashion pass.
Yeah.
Pass for whatever it is. If you ever had a if you're one that likes to try stuff on but can't afford it.
So if you want an unlimited closet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Go for it.
What's up, Rosé Girls? I'm Jessica Carroll, and today we had the best interview with Brittany. Blah.
Stream, stop, go.
What's up, Rosé Girls?